Really? Why do... Okay, I officially dislike this expansion because where the fuck did Kalefast come back in? I'm assuming that is, if I had to put Kalefast in a place, probably the Venthyr storyline. I'm really disliking the fact that we are missing out on storylines in other covenants. It's bullshit. I'm really not liking it. We only get portions of storyline, and then we're left to wonder where did that person come in, or when did that happen, or, you know, the whole Denathrius thing. Apparently that must happen in the Venthyr storyline, at least that's what I'm assuming. For all I know, it could have been any of the other covenants, but since he's part of the Venthyr storyline, I'm assuming it happened there. The fact that, you know, I know from watching videos on YouTube, Garrosh is over in Venthyr. He was being, you know, harvested pretty heavily by someone. I don't know if it was Denathrius or someone else. I don't know. And he ends up getting loose and wreaking havoc or something. I don't remember. Like I said, again, a storyline I don't know much about because I did not choose the Venthyr covenant. I'm assuming what happened with the ruler of the angel people, you know, the Kyrian, that was... No, I guess we technically all got to see that. So yeah, it's like... So, you're only giving us portions of the story, but expecting us to know what the fuck's going on. Who was in charge of this bullshit system? I'm really upset by this because give me a game with a good storyline and I will play it for, you know, however long you can keep me into it. So the fact of you only giving me portions of story is not grabbing me because I'm missing chunks. It's like giving me a book and ripping out, you know, 3 chapters here and there and expecting me to know what the fuck's going on when, you know, in between with these gaps in the story and thinking that I'm going to enjoy it. Especially when it comes to pivotal story points and characters. Who thought this shit up? And tell me they got fucking fired. The more I do this game, do Shadowlands, the more I am glad I did not play it when it first came out. Because all it would have done was completely ruin any kind of experience I had. It would make me to where I never wanted to play this game again. Between the tediousness of the main story, the campaign quests, the chunks of story missing unless you do certain covenants, and then if you do that covenant, then you're asked out of the other covenants, and so it's the only way to get all the story is if you do all 4 covenants, which you can't do. Yeah, you can change to other covenants, but something tells me you don't get the story. At least I don't think you would. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. So basically, if they do give you all the story, then okay. But then you run into the whole thing of all the work you did for the one covenant does not transfer over to your new covenant. So you need to work your ass off to get everything you want in the covenant you start out with. And then once you got everything, which probably takes a good amount of time because you need a shit ton of anima to get everything you want. And then transfer to the next covenant and do it all over again. What bullshit is that? Or they're just assuming that everyone has multiple alts, that they're going to do this all over again, and each time choose a different covenant, even though it seems really only 2 covenants are actually worth a damn to most classes. So far, all I've really seen is most classes either choose are most benefited by Night Fae, and some of them, a very small portion of them, with Kyrian. And even less so with the Venthyr. I haven't come across a class yet that actually benefits from the Necro Lords. And okay, getting off that rant for a minute. It does look like he's part of the Venthyrs, taking in his surroundings. Finally, I just saw him and I just zoned in on it. I didn't take in his surroundings. But so anyway, so in order to get all 4 covenants done, you either have to do it on one character, getting everything, dropping the covenant you're in, going to the next one, and so on and so forth for all 4 covenants, or having 4 alts and making sure they choose each different covenant. And chances are, if you do that route, 1 or more of your alts are going to be in a covenant that is not beneficial to them. It's strictly for the story part of it, or, you know, what you get out of the covenant, like mount and what armor-wise. This was a really shitty system. And I hope Blizz learned from this mistake and it does not go into Dragonflight, because if so, I'm gonna be fucking pissed that I wasted money if this kind of shit continues. Alright, let's pick